Good morning, I'm Evie.
And I'm Tristan.
Welcome to Turlock Today.
Guess who's...
Inc. is hosting our first open mic of the year this Thursday, November 7th at 6 p.m. in the THS library.
This event will feature poetry, live music, hot cocoa, and cookies, and more, and this is free to attend.
We will have 3 Poetry Slam champions as our special guests and a musical performance from one of our own faculty.
If you want to read a poem, original or a favorite, at the open mic, you need to see Mr. McElroy in EW1 by no later than Wednesday with a copy of your poem you plan to read.
Come join us Thursday for a fun, artistic evening.
Hot Dogs returns with a special interview with Miss Lonergan and Miss Ruby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of THS Hot Dogs. Today I'm with
Mrs. Lonergan
and Miss Ruby.
Okay, let's get started. So we have our first hot sauce today. This is the one that Bebout made. It's right over there. So if you want to go ahead and take a bite.
Cheers. We have to eat the whole thing, right?
The whole thing, yeah. Okay, so when you guys are... What subject do you teach?
We both teach English 10 honors, and I also teach juniors.
and I also teach senior English or ERWC.
That's great. So you said that you teach sophomores, juniors, and seniors. What's the difference in between teaching the sophomores and the upperclassmen?
So seniors definitely just have a lot of different priorities that they're focusing on, like college apps, graduation requirements, different things like that. There's also just a lot of things going on for seniors, so they're gone a lot, which is a lot different because I have to adjust to that schedule and kind of like work with them as they're going through those processes. And then the sophomore honors kids are definitely different because we move at like a much faster pace in that class than my senior class. And they are also still kind of just like adjusting to high school life, right? Like they just finished freshman year and kind of like learning how. And so sophomore year is really the year where they get going, I think. So just very different perspectives for my two classes.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say like my juniors are definitely starting to think more about just like, you know, going to college and playing sports in college. So we get to have a lot of like fun conversations about their future and how they're feeling that are really fun.
Okay, that's great. Let's move on to the second one.
That one was spicy to me. Okay, cheers.
Okay. What are some of the challenges and some of the joys of teaching English class?
I think for me, one of my favorite things about teaching English is I love literature. And so I think one of my greatest joys is when kids enjoy books and we can have meaningful conversations about them. I also really like helping students with their writing and seeing the growth from like beginning of the year to the end of the year in their writing, because that is the skill that they're going to be able to take with them when they leave school. And then I'd say the worst part of teaching English is the grading. Just a lot of essays, a lot of writing, right? So we definitely have more grading than other subjects on campus.
I don't really remember the question. Jumping off of that. Too spicy. Jumping off of that. Yeah, definitely grading takes a while, but it's like also so important to be giving like the feedback in English classes, you know. But other than that, I definitely became an English teacher just because like I love reading and we both love reading, and so we like
we're in a book club together.
Yeah, we're in a book club. So like imparting that like love of reading and that like escape that literature provides to students is pretty important.
That's great, that's great. You want to go for the last one?
Yeah. This one was spicier to me, to be
About to
honest.
spicy.
Really? Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Beebs know what he's doing.
Okay, here we go.
This one says wild.
There's like a big pepper on the phone.
So obviously you guys were seniors once. What advice do you have to the class of 2025 as they transition from high school to college?
Yeah. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Ooh,
Okay.
I just love this question.
I think one thing that's really important that I would impart on anybody who asks me this question is that there isn't a one size answer for everybody. That everybody's option, there are so many options post high school for kids. But I think a lot of times we're told go to a 4-year, do this. And that's not the answer for everybody. And so I think that's really important is to find whatever is best for you. I grew up in Idaho, and so we didn't have a lot of junior colleges. So until I came to college in California and learned about the JC system, I didn't even know that those opportunities existed. And I think that's such a great opportunity and option for kids in the area. So my advice would definitely just be spend the time and do the work to figure out what's best for you, because there isn't an approach that's the same for everybody.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I would say that what I always tell my students is that sorry, that one got me a little bit. What I always tell my students is when you're 18 years old, you really don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life. And so when you're going to college, it's okay to go in undeclared, or it's okay to change your major. Yeah. I changed my major 2 times when I was in college. And I think that most people do, and it's pretty common. So you don't need to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. It is okay to just go and see what happens.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we leave?
This is your order.
Yeah.
Maybe even this is a possibility.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That could have been a good batch of peppers he had there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you guys for watching this episode of THS Hot Dogs.
Have you lost a Stanley or Hydro Flask, clothing, or any other items? Drop by the attendance office to claim your lost items. Items not claimed will be donated.
Now we send it over to Tacoa Murphy for a quick rundown on the winter sports tryouts.
Hi, I'm Tacoa Murphy with your quick Bulldog Sports Report. Winter sports tryouts begin today. Tryout schedule is as follows. Girls basketball is holding tryouts this Monday through Wednesday. Monday, all levels in the boys' gym from 3 to 5. If you don't have 6-period PE, come right after school. Tuesday, Frosh and JV in the girls' gym from 5 to 7. Wednesday, Frosh and JV in the girls' gym from 3 to 5. Girls soccer is holding tryouts this Monday through Wednesday from 4 to 6 at the grass field behind the stadium. Boys soccer is holding tryouts Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 7 at the stadium. Athletes, you must have a cleared physical on file with the trainer for you to try out. Softball is having a mandatory meeting this Thursday during Bulldog Boost in Mr. Campbell's room, S101. You must attend if you are planning on trying out in January. Questions or conflicts, see Mr. Campbell during any lunch period prior to the meeting date. This Friday, varsity football has a home playoffs game at 7. Come out and support our Bulldogs in their first round of playoffs. I'm Tacoa Murphy, and that's your quick Bulldog Sports Report.
Thanks for joining us this morning on Turlock Today. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Evie.
Over and out, Bulldogs. See you next time on Turlock Today.